Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late July 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in energy and see what's going on for the lovely Libra collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Shuffle it up here one time, see what we got for you. My guides and spirit team, talk to me about these lovely Libras. And yeah, we're going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock. What do we got for the Libras, please, my guides? Talk to me nice and quick with this first card, hopefully. Yeah, there it is. There we go. Okay, so a lot of you might be really ready to get something going, get something moving when we have this Fool card right here in the front end. This is a very positive oracle card. Now, yes, this isn't a tarot deck, but this is a clear depiction of the Fool. And there's a lot of symbolism that goes along with it. Before we really dive into it, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading, let's talk about it. So in this rendition, it's very interesting imagery. We see this feminine Fool type of energy. And if you were able to see it closer, maybe when I put it back under here, there's 3 renditions of the Fool underneath. So I call this the feminine Fool. For a portion of you, this could be highlighting a prominent Aries in your life right now or in the energy. If not, what is the Fool all about? Starting a new journey, starting a new adventure, bounding off in a certain direction with a lot of vigor. There's some humor attached to this as well. So when I see the Fool card, generally, I think it's a light, movement-based type of energy, which could be very good for a lot of you. Your motivation could be building up, ready to get it going, get it moving, let's go. There's always a warning with a Fool card type of energy as well, though. It could be spirit warning you against being too spontaneous. So make sure before you make any big moves, big actions, you know what you're getting yourself into. Plan things out properly and accordingly. Generally, though, this is a very good positive card for new beginnings, new endeavors. So very nice. We're going to put the Fool down right here, and let's get into tarot now. And yeah, I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. So yeah, let's get 3 cards in the upright before we get that intuitive juiciness flowing. Shuffle it up here for the Libras, please. Okay, and while we do, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Massive Blessing, which was a huge change from the week before it, because the week before was a hard ending. So it seems like we've had that interesting Libra-like dichotomy, like the light, the dark, the balance, where one week it was like pretty rough looking energetically, and then the next was like chef's kiss, beautiful type of energy. So I'm hoping that you guys have a lot of blessings pouring into your life. But let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're connected to. Let's get 3 cards out. What do we got for the Libras here, my guides? Talk to me. What do we got? Late July as we keep moving through the year. Okay, we do have a card that could represent you starting us off interesting. The Page of Swords. You really might be analyzing something here. And I don't want to get too in-depth with this Page of Swords type of energy just yet. That's super interesting. Let's get you 2 more. What do we got for Libra here? Okay, 8 of Pentacles, diligence, working hard. Okay, we're going to get 1 more. So we have air, we have earth type of energy. Interesting mixture here. One of the outer world, one of the inner. It could be good. I'm getting neutral vibes so far. I mean, time will tell when we start clarifying. The deck is being very specific here. Okay, so we're going to have a bit of, you're going to have a bonus as well, but we have the 5 of Pentacles here on the back end. Interesting, total opposite. So just like I was speaking about the balances, we're going to have to really talk. So 5 Pentacles on the back end. As your bonus, you will have the 6 of Cups. How interesting is this spread? So yeah, this is going to be a nuanced one, my friends. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes before we get into the intuitive stuff. Now, if we look here in the box, first look, first glance, obviously I mentioned 2 cards in the main spread are earthy type of energy. That's the outer world. We could think of work. We could think of our money situations. And when we put the 8 next to the 5, really watch your pockets in this time, that you're not overspending. Make sure you're budgeting. No financial problems and issues with that alignment here. But I mean, we could be getting a lot of different messages in regards to all this stuff, especially with a card of the self starting us off. But let's go through one by one and really start to build this picture out. Position number one, we have the Page of Swords. Like I said, in my simplistic style of reading, since you're an air sign, this could represent you when we clarify it. So we might see a way you might be feeling. We might see something that's coming towards you, someone or something. The Page of Swords to me is like all the other pages. It's a communicator, it's a student. So this once again ties into new journeys, new ventures, new knowledge. But another thing with this page is that it's a little defensive. Now, yes, it could still be a communicator, it could still be a messenger, but this one's a little skeptical. So you might have your eye on something, you might be a little skeptical about someone or something when this page shows up. Another vibe with this page, I always have to mention, it's the watcher of the tarot deck. So you might be under someone's microscope, someone might be under yours here when this card shows up. But we'll revisit this, we'll get more detail when we clarify it. I'm not going to be like, oh, someone's definitely watching you. Watch out there, Libra, because that doesn't technically have to be the case. Could be, though. Depends. Moving to the center, though, we do have the Eight of Pentacles, one of my favorite cards in the whole entire deck. Now, to me, all Pentacle cards could link into the career and work. Generally, the two cards that I think of are the Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. This card, if not your workspace or work situations that could be prevalent right now, could just be money. This card could speak about one's work ethic, how diligent they are. We think of somebody trying to master something. This is like an artisan, artisanal type of energy where someone's working at it, working at it, working at it. And with all cards, there's positives and negatives. The positives of this is someone working until they achieve something, or someone that just does the thing. They do what they got to do. They make it happen. But the negative of this card, it could be someone who doesn't do that, someone that could be a little lackluster in regards to working, or it could even be a workaholic, someone that's all they do. It's like the vast majority of their time they're just spending it whittling away at something. So we really want to see what's up. I mean, in regards to personal relationships, the Eight of Pentacles could be somebody that is wanting to put energy towards something. Okay, so it could be a positive card. Now, getting to the back end, this is where we reach this interesting thing that I was speaking about with the Libra readings from the last couple of weeks, where we have this positive working towards something type of energy. Now the Five of Pentacles. This card once again links into that earthly outer type of vibe. You see this imagery here, it's not the nicest. So this could represent one, somebody that's feeling isolated. This could represent somebody that's feeling a little lonesome. Okay. When I see this card, I think of possible abandonment issues as well, and money issues. That's a big thing. So when I see like all these cards laid out in this direction, Spirit could be warning you about your finances and spending. If not, there might be someone you're linked to that's really going through a tough time, whether that be depression, loneliness, sadness, hurt, anger. We'll see when we clarify. There could be a whole host of different emotions linked into this card. That's the beautiful thing about tarot. That's the thing that could be confusing sometimes as well. It's like, it's so layered. Now, moving to the very back end, we have the Six of Cups. This is a bonus. Once again, another little footnote. To me, this is a card of the history, a card of the past. It's a card of soul connections too. So someone who's a very close soul connection could be highlighted in this time. Whenever it shows up, you might be looking at the past with rose-colored glasses, or just looking back on the past in general. So we'll see how this all ties into the reading, because I've been seeing a lot of new. But I want to dive deeper, Libra. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for the Libras. And keep breezing through here, my friends. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Page of Swords here. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Libra, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Page of Swords time. Why is this Page of Swords here, please? Thank you. Magician, okay. Yeah, a lot of you could really be in the mode of creating something extremely beautiful here. Regardless of if we have trials, tribulations, and rough things happening in the back end, I feel like with this Magician underneath this Page of Swords, it is really, really good, or it could be a big red flag warning, depending on what you're going through. But when I see the Magician, I think of spirituality, I think of ritual, I think of schedule, but the main thing I think about is creation. So under this card that could represent you, absolutely, my friends, Libra, you guys could be creating beautiful things. Know that in this time, your powers of manifestation could be cranked all the way up. I think I might have said a similar thing last week, so keep that in mind. Try to keep your mind right, optimistic, positive if possible, because your manifesting powers could really be lightning fast in this time when this card shows up. It could also be Spirit asking you to watch out for powerful omens, number signs, synchronicities as well. That's one of the things I get with this card. Karmic undertones as well. But I would say as far as the warning goes with this Magician, it could be Spirit telling you, like, if you have someone in your life that is extremely controlling, like down to the details, like beware of that individual in this time. Like maybe try to steer aside from that. Let's go in on the Eight of Pentacles. We'll see if that shows up any more within the reading itself. Let's see why this Eight of Pentacles is here. I do feel for a vast majority of you, aside from the omens, you really could be creating something beautiful, or there's a possibility of that. Okay, we got the Ten of Swords in reverse underneath this Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, there could be some pain in regards to finances here, or work situations. Some of you, if you are experiencing big issues, serious issues, situations, you might be trying to like just keep your hands busy or keep your mind busy. But for a portion of you, if you've been going through Ten of Swords moments, endings, tough times, whatever it is, Spirit could be asking you to literally keep yourself busy. Keep your hands busy, keep your mind busy. Don't dwell on certain things. That's something I'm picking up here, especially if your manifestation powers are like jacked all the way up. You don't want to really focus on Ten of Swords type of energy. Now, in reverse is the best way we want to receive this card. So I feel like those are the main messages. Either one, this is rough situations in regards to money and finances. You might be in a work situation that you're really not too thrilled about or happy about, or experiencing pain in that realm. Or you just need to keep those hands busy, distract yourself. Let's move in on that Five of Pentacles. We're going to leave that as is. We're going to see why that Five of Pentacles is here. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the Shadow card. Interesting reading. I would say overall this first part is extremely positive. This is more of like an advice spread we're getting this week from Spirit. So this could be important advice from Spirit. Let's go in on that Five of Pentacles. Thank you. Okay, yeah, we have the Five of Cups in reverse. This is someone getting a little bit better. There might be someone you're linked to that's struggling a little bit here, my friends. There could be someone you're connected to that's in some pain, especially with the double fives on the back end. Now, the Five of Cups in reverse, once again, is the best way we want to receive this card. There's some stuff underneath the surface that someone is working through, and it's taking quite a bit of time. Now, underneath this Five of Pentacles, I do see this pain or this hurt, whatever it is, morphing. It's getting better, whereas it could have been something like a broken heart or devastation into more of like a malaise or depression. But I do feel like this could be someone who's struggling in a big way on the back end, okay? Whether it be monetarily, whether it be emotionally. The River of Tears, even in reverse, it does speak about that, the pain, the hurt, okay? Now, I do, once again, want to point your attention back to the beginning and just know that your powers of creation are very powerful, and you could be in the midst of creating beautiful things. It's easier said than done, right? When people say, oh yeah, just try to work through the pain or try to solve it or shine some light on it. Easier said than done. Obviously, this doesn't have to be you, but this could be someone who is struggling that is in your sphere of influence in a pretty big way. So let's go through and do a quick recap, okay? And I do feel like for a lot of Libras, this isn't just you. But let's go through, then we'll get into the Shadow card. In position number one, we have the Page of Swords with the Magician in the upright. Once again, powers of manifestation juiced up. You could be in the midst of creating beautiful things, my friends, and we love that type of energy around here. For another portion of you, watch if there's anyone in your life that is very controlling about what you do, how you act, and all that stuff. Spirit could be asking you to steer clear, but watch out for the omens, the signs, the synchronicities, pardon me. Moving to the center, we have the Eight of Pentacles with the Ten of Swords in reverse. A couple main messages here. There could be issues connected to finance right now, whether it's budgeting, whether it's work situations, or Spirit just asking you, like, listen, keep your mind off something by keeping busy. Keep your mind off of a pain or a hurt of some kind by keeping the hands busy and keep moving, keep working. On the very back end, we have the Five of Pentacles with the Five of Cups in reverse. Yes, I'm still seeing improvement here, but this could be someone you're linked to that's struggling a little bit in some sort of way. Okay, whether that be emotionally or mentally, it is improving, but this is someone who is going through some sort of struggle. Could be hurt, pain, sadness, depression, things like that. So please take a screenshot. I'm going to get you one shadow card here. I feel like this was a mixed bag this week, whereas like 2 weeks ago we had some rough energies. Last week's was much better. This one's a bit of a mixture of both. But let's get you one shadow card. What's in the shadows for Libra, please? My guides and spirit team. And you know me, I always like to pull one shadow card at the end of every spread. I feel like it's a nice thing to do. What's in the shadows for my friends? Thank you. All right, Queen of Wands, there could be things revolving around self-confidence as well. Okay, that's a big thing. You might be connected to a fire sign when the Queen of Wands shows up in the shadows. Usually a very beautiful card. And we could take this as such, right? Like Spirit could be asking you to like really believe in yourself, give you a shot in the arm. Like you could do this, you got this. That's a beautiful message with the Queen of Wands. Now, if you don't have a history with a fire sign, there could be a history around your self-confidence that Spirit might want you to look at, like self-worth, how you view yourself in the mirror. This isn't a card of how others view you. It's how you view yourself and how you treat yourself. So when this card shows up in the shadows, to me, 9 times out of 10, it is Spirit saying, be nice to yourself, be kind to yourself, and love yourself when this card's here. So yeah, Libra, that's what I have for you this week. Interesting reading. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the July subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the June subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced in my community tab after this week's fire and air signs readings. But for July, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the Everyday Witches Tarot. Once again, one of my favorite decks and one of the first ones I ever gave away on this channel. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot suits, which one has your favorite art style? Is it the swords, wands, pentacles, cups, even the major arcana? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of July, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.